Last weekend I actually did it. Slept in. Did nothing. Cancelled everything. And Monday still hit me like a truck. Not the sleepy kind. Bone tired. Heavy in the chest. Right behind the eyes. I read this line online the other night. I woke up tired one day. Now it's just my personality. Yeah, that one stuck. Saturday is for recovering. But by Sunday afternoon, that heavy dread is already creeping back. 2 days can't undo what 5 days did to me. The math just doesn't work. And I keep thinking, maybe I didn't fail at resting. Maybe rest failed me, because sleep can't fix what sleep didn't break. If the nervous system spent the week in survival mode, a couch doesn't fix that. Take one breath. Because there's a name for this kind of tired, and once you hear it, the whole cycle starts to make a different kind of sense. So here's the name. Still on. That's what it actually feels like, right? Like the week ended, but the body didn't get the message. I'm home. I'm horizontal. I'm technically safe, but something in me is still standing. Keys in its fist, listening for the next noise. People call it burnout, or stress, or whatever. I just call it still on, because burnout means empty. This isn't empty. This is running on nothing and somehow still running. And then Friday comes and you stop. Except you don't, really. Because when the body has been in threat mode long enough, it doesn't just switch off when the weekend starts. It doesn't know the week ended. Nobody sent the memo. So it keeps scanning, keeps waiting, keeps braced. And the exhaustion that floods in on Saturday. That's not rest starting. That's your body finally going, oh, now I can feel how bad that was. Which means Saturday isn't a recovery day. It's more like the day after a long run when you're not running anymore. But everything still aches, and you can't figure out why you feel worse than yesterday. I remember lying on the floor once. Not dramatically. I'm not saying it was some moment. I just ended up on the floor, and I realized I couldn't think of anything I actually wanted. Not a show. Not food. Nothing sounded good or bad. Just flat. And I lay there thinking, is this broken, or is this just what empty feels like? Turns out there's a difference. That part matters. Beware the barrenness of a busy life. People keep pinning that line on Socrates. I honestly don't even know if he actually said it. But whoever did, it's been following me. I used to read that as, slow down, find balance, do less, the standard interpretation. But lately I think he meant something darker. Because the barrenness isn't what happens after you stop being busy. The barrenness is what's been underneath the whole time. The busy life is the avoidance. And when the weekend finally comes, all you've done is removed the thing that was keeping you from seeing it. So I lie on the couch, completely horizontal, technically doing nothing. And my mind is still going. I should do laundry. The sun's out. I should go for a walk. Why am I wasting this? Why do I feel worse than I did at work? Or worse, my brain starts replaying every embarrassing thing I've ever said since 2009. Like, thanks, great use of my limited energy. Anyway, that background noise, that guilty hum, that's not leftover work stress. That's the barrenness arriving. Most of us don't rest on weekends. We stop working. Those aren't the same thing. And here's the part that's a little uncomfortable to say. Some people actually feel worse on weekends than during the week. Not just dreading Monday, actually worse, because the job, for all its weight, was doing the work of keeping things in place. Take it away, and there's nothing holding the walls up. I've thought about that a lot. I'm not sure what to do with it exactly, but I think it's true. Kafka wrote something once in a letter to someone he loved. He wasn't trying to be profound. He just wrote, "I am tired, can't think of anything, and want only to lay my face in your lap, to feel your hand on my head, and remain like that through all eternity." Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say he needed a vacation. He didn't say he needed a better routine, or more sleep, or less screen time. Not fix me. Hold me. There's a word for what he's describing, and it's not rest. It's surrender. And those are completely different things. Sleep is biological. You close your eyes, your cells do their thing. Surrender is putting the armor down. And you cannot put the armor down if some part of you is already counting the hours until Monday. Which is why Sundays hurt the way they do. People call it Sunday Scaries, like it's a cute thing, like a little spooky feeling. But when you're living inside it, it's not cute. I think Sunday dread is grief. Grief for your time. Grief for your body. Grief for the version of you that used to feel light on a weekend afternoon. And also, your brain doing math. How many hours until I have to become that person again? The one who smiles on calls. The one who says no worries while worrying. The one who performs fine all day and comes home and just sits. The dread doesn't have a sentence attached to it, usually. It's just a weight, heavy in the chest, right behind the eyes. Sound familiar? So here's the reframe that actually helped me. Not rest, not recovery, not self-care, safety. Because rest is something you do. Safety is something your body has to believe. And if your nervous system has spent the week in threat mode, it's not listening to your calendar. It's listening for signals. Specific physical signals. Things like, am I behind? Is someone mad at me? Is money leaving my account right now? Is Monday already waiting outside? You can be lying on a couch and still feel like you're standing on a ledge. So the question isn't, how do I rest better? The question is, what would make your body feel 2% safer right now? Not 50%, not a new life, 2%. Because vague doesn't help at 3 a.m. So I'll be annoying and specific. Back against something solid, both feet on the floor. One light on instead of sitting in the dark with your phone. Taking your phone out of your hand for 10 seconds. Just 10. Letting your shoulders drop one notch. Sometimes I don't feel safe until my space looks like a person lives here. Not an exhausted thing. A person. So I'll wash one mug. I'll throw away one receipt. It's not productivity. It's proof of life. And sometimes I'll just say it out loud. I'm not lazy. I'm depleted. The shame gets quieter when you give it a name instead of a verdict. None of that fixes anything. But it interrupts the spiral before it gets a full grip. There's also this, the vagus nerve. I know that sounds like a car part that needs replacing, not a feeling you live inside. But stay with me for a second. It's basically your nervous system's off switch for the alarm. And it responds to one specific thing. A slow exhale that's longer than the inhale. That's it. I didn't think it would do anything, and then it did. I tried this once on a Sunday night when the dread was particularly bad. Sat there and did it for maybe 3 minutes and felt ridiculous the whole time. Kept thinking, this is embarrassing. I'm sitting here breathing at myself like some kind of wellness influencer. And then I noticed my shoulders had dropped about 2 inches from where they'd been sitting all day. Nothing was fixed. Monday still came, but something loosened. That's what I mean. Not a solution. Just one moment where the alarm pauses. One moment where your body gets to stop running and feel something closer to okay. I don't have a clean ending for this. What I keep coming back to is that this exhaustion, the bone-tired, behind the eyes, couch doesn't fix it kind. It's not a personal failure. It's what happens when a system runs hot long enough and the math stops working. 2 days can't undo 5. A couch can't undo a week of survival mode. Your body isn't broken. It's just been doing a lot. And if your life requires you to recover every single weekend, something in the way you're living is costing too much. That's not an accusation. It's data. Your body's been sending the report. You've been feeling it in your chest and behind your eyes, and somewhere you can't quite point to. You felt it this weekend. Maybe the one before that too. I think a lot of us are tired in a way that one good night's sleep won't touch. And I don't think that means you're doing something wrong. It might just mean you're paying attention. Put your face down somewhere, if you can find somewhere. Even just for tonight. That might be enough.